Welcome back. In this lesson, we are going to be setting up our game board. Let's start with a little bit of CSS, setting up our gameplay area, having a height of 200 pixels and having a width of 200 pixels, adding in a border so that we can see where our gameplay area is. We also need to set up a series of boxes that we're going to use in order to show the colors and give the user an area to. So another class where we've got a width, and the boxes are going to be 50% wide. Height is going to also be 50%, so that we end up with 4 boxes, a cube with 4 boxes. And the color of the text inside the box, we can make it black. Add in a text align, so we'll center align the text, and we're going to display them as inline block elements so that they stack together. And then lastly, we've also got an active area. So we want to have blocks that are active. And in this case, we're going to update the border color. So instead of a black border, it's going to be a red border. And the font color is also going to be red. Next, going down to our HTML, set up an area that we can add and send messages to. So this is how we can communicate with the player of the game. And we're going to start by press start button. So that will be our message to the players. We've got our start button. We've got our game area. Now going into our JavaScript, setting up our main objects to contain the elements from the page using document query selector. We're going to select the elements. First, select the one with a class of message. I'll make the screen a little bit more this way, space within the editor. So first we're getting an object called message that's going to contain the element with the class of message. Also, we're going to have one for the game area, and this is going to be where all of our game area content is going to be. So using query selector again, selecting an element with a class of game area. And then lastly, selecting our button. We only have one button, so we can select the button using the button tag, and then let's add in a click event for the button. So using add event listener, the event that we're listening for is a click. I'll do an anonymous function here. So whenever the button is clicked, they're going to output, for now, we'll output in the console the word works. So let's go ahead and try that out. So refresh, and now when we click the start button, we see that works gets output in the console. So we're ready to proceed to the next step. So go ahead and build out your gameplay area. Select your elements. Bring them into JavaScript as JavaScript objects so that they're ready to be used within the scripting that we're going to be building out in the upcoming lessons. Also add an event listener to your button so that your button is fully functional and your game is ready to start play. And you'll be ready to move on to the next lesson where we're going to continue to build out this application.